In a world where everything seems to be shared, sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is stay silent. We live in a time where information flows freely, and yet there's a timeless wisdom that warns us. Not everything needs to be said. This isn't just about keeping secrets. It's about protecting yourself and your peace. There's a Stoic principle that says, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. It's a simple truth, but one that carries immense weight. Think for a moment. How often have you spoken too freely, revealing things that later turned out to be harmful? In a world that thrives on openness, it's easy to forget that some things are better left unsaid. The Stoics knew this well. They didn't just keep their thoughts to themselves to avoid conflict, but to preserve their peace, their safety, and their integrity. There are certain things in life, vulnerabilities, plans, struggles, that if shared too openly, can expose us to harm. So, as we explore these 6 secrets you should keep to yourself, I invite you to reflect on your own life. How often do you speak without considering the consequences? How often do you leave yourself open to the world in ways that may not be wise? In the next few minutes, we'll talk about how silence can be a shield, how certain secrets can protect you, and how embracing this Stoic principle might be the key to living a safer, more fulfilling life. Secret 1: your weaknesses and vulnerabilities. There are moments in life when you feel exposed, vulnerable, as though the weight of your imperfections is visible to the world. You know your weaknesses, those parts of you that you hide, even from those closest to you. It could be the doubt you feel in your abilities, the fear that your past mistakes will define you forever, or the insecurities that follow you, no matter how hard you try to move beyond them. But here's the truth. You don't have to share your vulnerabilities with the world. Not everything needs to be exposed for others to see. In fact, there's incredible power in knowing when to stay silent about your weaknesses. The Stoics understood this deeply. They didn't see vulnerability as something to be ashamed of, but rather as something to be protected and managed. Your vulnerabilities, when revealed too openly, can leave you unguarded, inviting others to use them against you. People may not always understand the battles you face or the reasons behind your fears, and yet, once you've revealed them, they might change how others perceive you, sometimes for the worse. Think about it. When you share too much about your struggles, others might see you as weak, incapable, or fragile. And in a world where strength is often admired and weakness scorned, exposing yourself like this can be dangerous. But here's the key. You don't need to carry that burden alone. It's okay to protect parts of yourself that are still healing. It's okay to guard your weaknesses until you've found the strength to face them without fear. You are not defined by your vulnerabilities. They are part of who you are, but they are not all of you. The Stoics taught that true strength comes from controlling what you can and accepting what you can't. And one of the things you can control is what you choose to reveal to the world. You don't have to share every weakness. You don't have to let the world see every crack in your armor. Instead, you have the power to protect your vulnerabilities, to heal at your own pace, and to share only what serves you and those you trust. In your journey of personal growth, there's a natural temptation to open up to others, to seek validation, to find understanding, or simply to share what weighs heavily on your heart. But often, sharing these vulnerabilities too soon can lead to judgment, criticism, or unwanted advice. People may not always understand, and that lack of understanding can leave you feeling more exposed than before. The Stoics believed that only those who have earned your trust deserve to witness the parts of you that are fragile. This doesn't mean you should bottle up your feelings or pretend to be invincible. That's not the goal. The goal is to cultivate a sense of inner strength and self-respect, to know that you are enough just as you are, even with your weaknesses. You don't need to shout them to the world in order to be seen. In fact, sometimes the strongest thing you can do is quietly stand firm in your own power, allowing your growth to speak for itself. Imagine if you could embrace your weaknesses without feeling the need to broadcast them. What would happen if you could simply accept them, nurture them, and allow them the space to grow stronger in private? You wouldn't have to explain yourself to anyone. You wouldn't have to justify your struggles, your fears, or your pain. Instead, you would simply focus on becoming stronger in those areas, silently and steadily. This is where true power lies. It's not in exposing every weakness, but in choosing not to let them define you. Your strength comes from within, from the quiet resilience that only you can cultivate. Others may never see the battle you're fighting, and that's okay. You don't need to prove anything. The Stoics taught us to focus on what we can control, and one of the most powerful things you can control is how much of yourself you choose to reveal. So, the next time you feel the urge to share your vulnerabilities with others, ask yourself, is this something that will serve me? Will it protect me, or will it expose me to harm? If the answer is the latter, it might be time to keep it to yourself. Guard your weaknesses, nurture them in silence, and let your strength shine quietly from within. When the time is right, you'll know when to share and with whom. But until then, keep your vulnerabilities close, protect them, and allow yourself to heal and grow. Secret 2. Your true intentions and plans. There's a part of you that knows exactly what you want, even if the world around you doesn't fully understand it. You've set goals, made plans, and perhaps even shared them with a few trusted people. But have you ever considered how much of your true intentions you've revealed to others? Sometimes we share only fragments of our aspirations, carefully crafting the narrative for how we want to be seen. But deep down, the real intentions, the ones that come from within you, are far more complex, more vulnerable, and much more powerful. What if I told you that one of the greatest secrets to protecting yourself and your future is not letting the world in on your every move, your true plans, your deepest desires? These are yours to carry. The moment you lay them bare to everyone around you, you risk allowing other people's opinions to shape your journey. And that, my friend, can derail you before you even take the first step. Have you ever noticed how, when you speak openly about your dreams, there's always someone who questions or doubts you? Or worse, they might offer advice that comes from their own fears, not yours. When you share your most authentic intentions, people may not see them as you do. They may try to steer you off course or tell you why it won't work. But your path is yours alone. Your intentions are uniquely yours, and they deserve to be protected. By holding your true plans close, you can begin to protect the integrity of your journey. Not everyone will understand your vision, and that's okay. It's not their job to see your potential the way you do. Sometimes, Even well-meaning people can unknowingly distract you from your true path with their doubt or unsolicited advice. When your intentions are shared too early, they can be tainted by the fears and limitations of others. You don't need that weight added to your shoulders. Instead, consider keeping your plans quiet, especially in the beginning. Think about how much power you can hold by simply nurturing your goals in silence. This doesn't mean you shouldn't have support, but it means protecting the purity of your own vision until you've built it strong enough to withstand the external noise. Your ambitions are fragile in the early stages, and sharing them too soon may cause them to falter before they even get a chance to grow. In fact, there's a certain magic in the quiet moments of planning and preparation. Those moments where only you know what you're working towards, where no one's opinion can alter your direction. This is where your true strength lies, in the commitment to your vision, without the need for validation. You are the one who knows what is best for you. No one else can feel the fire that burns inside you, the determination to move forward despite obstacles. Think for a moment about how different things would be if you held your intentions like a treasure, only sharing them with those who truly understand and support you. If you kept your plans to yourself until the right time, until you had the momentum to carry them forward, you'd be far less vulnerable to outside influences. And your vision would remain untarnished, clear and pure. This secret isn't about secrecy for the sake of it. It's about guarding the most important part of your personal journey. It's about understanding that your intentions have power, and you must treat them with the care they deserve. As you take steps towards what you want, remind yourself that your plans are precious, and not everyone is entitled to know every detail. There will be times when you feel tempted to share everything with others, to ask for their approval or to let them in on what you're doing. But pause for a moment. Ask yourself, do I really need to share this right now? Will it benefit me, or will it distract me from my path? The right people will support your vision when the time is right, but until then, it's okay to keep your true intentions close to your heart. By choosing to hold on to your intentions, you give yourself the gift of clarity and focus. You protect the strength of your purpose and ensure that nothing will interfere with your progress. It's not about keeping secrets for the sake of being secretive. It's about preserving your energy, protecting your future, and giving yourself the space to grow into the person you were always meant to be. So, the next time you're tempted to share your plans, take a step back and remember, your true intentions are a part of you that only you can fully understand. Guard them, nurture them, and allow them to grow quietly and powerfully, so that when the time comes to reveal them, they are strong enough to flourish in the world. Secret 3. Your inner struggles. There are battles you fight that no one else can see. You may smile, laugh, and go through your day, but deep inside, there are struggles that shape you in ways that others will never understand. These inner battles, the ones that you don't speak of, the ones that no one knows about, they are yours alone to face. And yet, these struggles hold a deep power. The way you handle them, the way you rise above them, defines who you truly are. You may be struggling with doubt. Doubts about your abilities, your worth, or your direction in life. These doubts can feel paralyzing. They whisper to you, telling you that you're not enough, that you will never be good enough. But let me remind you of something important. Those doubts are just thoughts, not facts. Your struggles with doubt are part of being human. Every great person you've ever admired has faced them. But what makes them great is not the absence of doubt, but how they choose to push through it, how they decide not to let it define their story. You may be fighting against fear too. Fear of failure, fear of the unknown, or fear of making the wrong choice. These fears are deeply rooted in your subconscious, often without you realizing how much they control you. But fear is not your enemy. It's a signal. It's showing you where your growth lies. Every time you feel fear, know that you are standing at the edge of something important. It's on the other side of fear that you'll find your true strength. And the best part? You don't have to defeat fear all at once. It's about learning to take small, brave steps forward, even when your heart is pounding. Then, there's the battle against your own past. The mistakes you've made, the regrets you carry, the guilt that sometimes creeps in and makes you question your worth. But here's something to remember. Your past doesn't define you unless you allow it to. What matters is what you do today. Every moment is an opportunity to change, to decide that you are not your mistakes, but the lessons you've learned from them. You are more than the sum of your past struggles. You have the power to transform who you are at any moment, regardless of what you've been through. Perhaps you're struggling with a sense of loneliness or isolation. Even when surrounded by people, you can feel alone in your thoughts and feelings. That kind of loneliness can be a heavy weight to carry. But know this: your loneliness is a reflection of your need for deeper connection with yourself. When you're able to understand and accept your own heart, you'll find that the relationships you crave will begin to flow naturally. True connection starts from within. And the moment you embrace who you truly are, flaws, struggles, and all, you will attract the right people who can walk with you on your journey. All of these struggles, the ones you keep hidden, are not signs of weakness. In fact, they are a testament to your strength. It takes incredible courage to face your inner battles, to confront the parts of yourself that you'd rather ignore. But every time you do, you are growing. You are becoming more resilient, more capable, and more in touch with your true self. The more you accept your inner struggles, the more you realize that they are not obstacles to your success. They are the very things that will lead you to it. But here's the most important secret. You don't have to fight these battles alone. Strength doesn't come from isolation. It comes from allowing yourself to lean into your vulnerability, to be open to growth, and to understand that your struggles are part of the process. There's no shame in feeling weak, in struggling, in not having all the answers. The beauty lies in how you rise, in how you continue to move forward, even when it's difficult. When you embrace your inner struggles, they lose their power over you. You begin to see them for what they truly are, stepping stones on your path to a more empowered version of yourself. They are not to be feared or avoided. They are your teachers, your guides, your allies. Each time you face one, you gain more clarity, more courage, and more understanding of who you are and what you are capable of. So, the next time you find yourself in the midst of an inner struggle, take a moment to pause. Instead of fighting against it, ask yourself what this struggle is here to teach you. What is it showing you about your strength, about your potential? You have within you the ability to overcome any challenge, to transform any obstacle into an opportunity for growth. Remember, your struggles don't make you weak, they make you human, and in that humanity lies the greatest strength you will ever need. Secret 4. Your knowledge and strengths. There is an undeniable power that lies within you, an inner well of knowledge and strength that has been shaped by every experience you've had. Your mind, your experiences, the wisdom you've gained, and the skills you've cultivated. They are treasures that are uniquely yours. They are the quiet forces that propel you forward, even when the world outside seems chaotic. And yet, you may not always recognize the full extent of this power. You see, there's a tendency to undervalue your own strengths. Perhaps you've been conditioned to think that what you know is not as valuable as what others know. Or maybe you've been taught to downplay your achievements, to brush them aside as if they were insignificant. But here's a truth that you need to embrace. Your knowledge is a reflection of the journey you've walked, and it is invaluable. Everything you've learned, every lesson, every hardship you've overcome has armed you with unique wisdom that no one else possesses. And this wisdom, it's your greatest asset. What you know, whether it's about your craft, your passions, or even the life lessons you've gathered over the years, forms a foundation that no one can take away from you. Your experiences, your understanding of the world, your insights about human nature. These things set you apart in ways that you may not yet fully appreciate. It is in the quiet moments of reflection that you may come to realize just how much you know and how much you are capable of doing. Don't diminish your own wisdom. Your knowledge is a reflection of your potential. But knowledge alone is not enough. It is the strength to apply that knowledge, the courage to trust in what you know, that transforms it into real power. You may have moments where you feel uncertain, when doubt creeps in, questioning if your knowledge is enough. But remember, it's not about knowing everything. It's about trusting what you do know and using it with intention. Your strengths are not only measured by what you can do, but by how you choose to act on what you've learned. Think about the moments when you felt truly powerful. What made those moments stand out? It wasn't the circumstances around you. It was your inner strength, your ability to make decisions, to take action with purpose, to trust that you were capable. And this strength, this ability to act with confidence, comes from your knowledge. The more you tap into the vast reservoir of understanding that you carry inside, the more you'll find that you are able to navigate life's challenges with clarity and resolve. There may also be times when you question your abilities, when you compare yourself to others and wonder if you're enough. But here's the thing, you are more than enough. Your knowledge, your strengths, your experiences, they are not meant to be compared to anyone else's. They are uniquely yours. No one else has walked the exact same path as you. No one else has the same insights, the same skills, the same story. Your individuality is your power. Think about the moments when you've overcome obstacles, when you've used your knowledge and strength to solve a problem or face a difficult challenge. That is the proof of what you are capable of. Every small victory you've had is a testament to your inner power. You've got everything you need within you, right now, to create the life you want. And the beauty of your knowledge and strength is that it continues to grow. With each day, with each new experience, you are adding to your store of wisdom. Your potential is limitless because you are always evolving, always learning, always growing. The more you tap into this knowledge, the more you trust in your own power, the more unstoppable you become. So, The next time you feel unsure or doubt your abilities, take a moment to reflect on what you've already learned. Remember the challenges you've faced and how you've overcome them. Think about the wisdom you've gained, the strength you've built. Know that you are not alone in this journey. You carry with you everything you need to move forward. Your knowledge and strength are not just tools for surviving. They are the very keys to thriving. In this moment, trust yourself, trust your knowledge, trust your inner strength. You have everything you need to create the life you've always wanted. Don't let doubt cloud your vision. You are stronger than you realize. And with every step, every decision, you are becoming more and more aligned with your true potential. Keep going, keep trusting, and watch as your life transforms. Secret 5. Your relationships. The relationships you have with others are among the most powerful influences in your life. But in the end, it's not about the quantity of relationships, but the quality. Every connection you form, whether with family, friends, or colleagues, can either elevate or diminish your spirit. And it's important for you to understand that your relationships are mirrors of your inner world. You may have experienced moments in your life where you've given so much of yourself to others, only to feel drained, unnoticed, or unappreciated. Or perhaps you've found yourself in relationships where, despite your best efforts, things never quite seem to click. This is not an accident. The relationships you attract and nurture are often a reflection of how you feel about yourself. Think about this for a moment. How you treat yourself will determine how others treat you. If you do not value your own needs, your boundaries, your space, you may unknowingly invite others to disregard those things as well. True relationships, the ones that uplift and support you, begin with self-respect. You cannot give what you do not have, and if you are not nourishing your own soul, you cannot expect others to nourish it for you. Your relationships will mirror the way you honor yourself. You may have moments where you question the people around you, wondering if they really care, if they truly understand you. But have you asked yourself how much you are truly giving to them? Sometimes, the key to transforming your relationships lies in what you are willing to give and how much you are willing to invest in them. It's not always about expecting others to show up for you. It's about showing up for yourself and being willing to share that energy with the people around you. The power of meaningful relationships lies in the exchange of energy. It's in the give and take. You cannot expect to receive love and support if you're not offering it in return. But this is not about being perfect or always putting others first. It's about being authentic, showing up as your true self, and recognizing the people who accept you as you are. These are the relationships that will help you grow. Think about the people who have impacted your life most deeply. What made those relationships so special? More often than not, it's the genuine connection, the understanding, and the space to be vulnerable that forms the foundation of those relationships. You deserve to have these kinds of connections. But first, you must be willing to step into the truth of who you are. You must be willing to give love freely, without expectation, and trust that the right people will reciprocate. There's also power in setting boundaries within relationships. Boundaries are not walls. They are the foundation of healthy interactions. When you learn to protect your peace, to communicate openly about your needs, and to not allow others to take more than what you're willing to give, you become stronger. Healthy boundaries allow you to nurture yourself while also giving to others. Your relationships thrive when they are built on mutual respect. It's easy to become overwhelmed by relationships that drain you, especially when you feel responsible for everyone else's happiness. But in reality, you cannot control how others act. You can only control how you respond. And when you take ownership of your own happiness, you no longer rely on others to fill the gaps. Instead, you create a space where relationships can flourish naturally. Remember, you don't have to do it all alone. Surround yourself with those who inspire you, who push you to grow, who challenge you to be better. But also recognize that the strongest relationships come from a place of mutual growth and understanding. You are not here to serve others at the expense of your own well-being. When you find a balance between giving and receiving, between supporting and being supported, you will discover that your relationships have the power to elevate you, to challenge you, and to help you become the best version of yourself. You deserve relationships that are built on trust, respect, and love. The people who are meant to stay in your life will understand your worth, and the ones who don't resonate with your energy will naturally fade. And in that process, you'll learn that the most important relationship you can cultivate is the one you have with yourself. When you value yourself, when you know your worth, you will attract the kind of relationships that nurture and support you, not drain and diminish you. So take a moment to reflect on the relationships that truly matter to you. Are you investing in them? Are you honoring yourself enough to demand the kind of love and respect you deserve? The power to transform your relationships lies within you, and it begins with recognizing your own worth and showing up as your authentic self. You are worthy of relationships that empower and uplift you. Trust in that. Secret 6. Your true opinion on others. What you think of others says so much more about you than it does about them. Your opinions are reflections of your inner world. The lens through which you see the world shapes how you interact with it. Often, the judgments you pass on others are not necessarily true or even fair. They're based on your own fears, insecurities, and past experiences. Think for a moment about how you feel when someone criticizes you. It stings, doesn't it? The weight of someone else's opinion can feel unbearable, and in some cases, it can define how you view yourself. But have you ever stopped to think about the opinions you hold of others? What you think about others is often just as heavy as what they think about you. Your opinion on others has power, more power than you may realize. The way you judge others speaks volumes about how you judge yourself. When you criticize or belittle others, it is often a reflection of your own unresolved issues. If you find yourself constantly focusing on others' flaws, perhaps it's time to turn inward and ask, what is it within me that makes me so quick to judge? This doesn't mean you shouldn't hold people accountable, but it's about understanding that the energy you put out into the world is the energy you'll receive. When you hold on to judgment, you hold on to resentment. It weighs you down. It keeps you from moving forward. And it's a burden you carry with you, even when you don't realize it. This is why it's so important to examine your opinions of others. Because when you let go of judgment and see others through a lens of compassion, you free yourself. You allow yourself to rise above petty concerns, petty criticisms, and toxic energy that doesn't serve you. You start to see people not as their mistakes or flaws, but as human beings, just like you. The truth is, You cannot control what others do, but you can control how you react to it. Every time you react to someone with judgment or disdain, you are giving them the power over your peace. And that power, it's yours to take back. When you choose not to judge, you reclaim your own strength. You stop letting other people's actions dictate your inner state. Take a moment to reflect on how often you hold on to negative opinions about others. How does it feel? Does it drain you? Does it affect your mood, your day, your relationships? Perhaps you feel anger, frustration, or disappointment. But what if you chose to approach the world with curiosity instead of judgment? What if you viewed people's actions not as a reflection of their worth, but as a signal of their own struggles, their own challenges? This shift in perspective can transform your interactions. When you stop judging others and instead approach them with empathy and understanding, you create space for true connection. You begin to see the good in others, even when it's hidden beneath layers of imperfection. And when you do this, something extraordinary happens. You begin to see the good in yourself too. Because here's the secret: when you stop criticizing others, you stop criticizing yourself. We are often our harshest critics. The way we see others is often a mirror of how we see ourselves. So, if you can let go of judgment toward others, you may find that it's easier to let go of the judgment you hold over yourself. You may discover that you're more compassionate with yourself, more forgiving, and more patient. Remember, your opinion on others isn't just an opinion, it's a reflection of your soul. The thoughts you hold about others define how you move through life. Do you move through life with an open heart, ready to understand, to connect, and to embrace imperfections? Or do you move through life with walls up, unwilling to see beyond the surface? The choice is yours. Choosing to release judgment doesn't mean turning a blind eye to what's wrong. It simply means you're choosing peace over resentment, understanding over hatred. You are no longer bound by the actions of others. You are free to rise above it. And in that freedom, you will find the peace you've been longing for. The peace that only comes when you stop allowing others' actions to control how you feel. So, I ask you, what would happen if you let go of judgment today? What would it feel like to approach each person with understanding, with compassion, with curiosity? Imagine the weight that would lift from your shoulders. Imagine how much freer you would feel. And remember, when you choose to see the good in others, you open the door to seeing the good within yourself. As we come to the end of our time together, I want you to reflect on the 6 secrets we've explored. The truths we've uncovered are not just meant to be heard, they are meant to be lived. Your weaknesses, your intentions, your inner struggles, your knowledge, your relationships, and your opinions of others, they all shape the person you are becoming. But more importantly, they hold the key to the person you have the power to become. Now, I ask you to take a moment. What is the one secret that stands out to you the most? What part of yourself have you been hiding, holding on to, or ignoring? What would your life look like if you could start facing it, instead of keeping it buried? The beauty of this journey is that it starts with you. Your strength lies within you. It's in the choices you make, the thoughts you entertain, and the way you decide to view the world around you. Each of these secrets, when embraced, can help you unlock a deeper understanding of yourself and the world. But understanding is only the beginning. Action is where the transformation happens. So, I challenge you today to take that first step, to look within and ask yourself, what can I begin changing right now? What will I do today to embrace the power I have to shape my own reality? If you're ready, if you're willing to take that step, then I invite you to subscribe to this channel, to stay with me on this journey of self-discovery, growth, and transformation. There's so much more ahead of you, so much more to uncover, to learn, and to embrace. Remember, this is your story, and the power to write the next chapter is yours. Take action. Reflect. Grow, because the path to becoming the best version of yourself begins now. You are stronger than you think. Trust that you have everything within you to move forward, and let's walk this path together. Thank you for being here. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.